Hello. Hey, everybody. Great to see you here. Welcome to the live chat. I see you all there. Special welcome to all the members of the channel as well. Thank you so much for being here. I'm Natalie. I'm still in Hawaii. This is Scientology Life After a Call, where I talk about the Scientology news that has the internet buzzing. We also talk about my 35 years in Scientology, leaving with 3 generations of my family. And I do interviews throughout the week as well. So when you hit that subscribe button, make sure you set the notification bell too, so you can get notifications when I just pop on. And here in Hawaii, the times are changing where I'll do my daily recap. So you want to hit that notification bell if you can. I would also appreciate it if everyone who's already here would go over and show some aloha to that like button and smash it. Thank you so much. Thank you to my mods. I know that Nancy is here today. I'm going to keep an eye out and see if Grace Kelly pops in. All right, everybody. Great to see you. Did you miss me? I missed you guys. We did not do a live stream yesterday, and there's been so much happening. We have a lot to talk about. I'm also going to share with you some of my protesting with my family outside Scientology in Hawaii. We're going to get to that. We're going to jump into a lot has been happening in LA, as I'm sure many of you know. Hey, is Kelly Copter here? Hey, Kelly. I see people say hi out of the corner of my eye, so then I assume that she's here. All right. Lots to get into, but first we're going to jump into a little bit of, I cannot pass up the trolling of Tom Cruise, which I'm just sharing something. It's not really trolling, I guess, but oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. There's an article that came out in the Daily Mail, which is kind of like a repeat of what we already know. This is an older photo of Tom Cruise with Bella and Connor, his adopted children with Nicole Kidman. It says, well, I guess it doesn't say the time, show when it was taken, but Tom Cruise posed for a rare photo with his eldest 2 children there. And they just basically goes into what we already know. Sometimes they hang out. Sometimes they go to hockey games. Was it hockey? There's a more recent there's a video there with Connor. This is Connor here, his son. There's Tom Cruise and a gentleman who was in the football. He's an NFL retiree. But I'm just curious, there's just been so many articles coming out about how he is not in touch with his biological daughter, Suri Cruise. And, here comes this piece from the Daily Mail and then other places sharing things about him and his kids. So you guys want to hear my little conspiracy theory about this? Why? Maybe the Daily Mail just decided, hey, let's just throw out some older photos of Tom Cruise and his other children, right? Or this is speculation. I want to be clear. I have no evidence of this. This is pure speculation. What if it's being done to show, because he got all that bad press about how, he's a deadbeat dad because he doesn't see his child. And I'm pretty positive he's been, covering the financials, but doesn't see her because of Scientology. And it sends this message that, well, as long as my child remains a Scientologist, I will love you and have a relationship with you. That is the message. So he gets all this bad press about Suri. And then suddenly these stories start coming out here and there, just sharing stuff we already know. Oh, they posed for a photo several years ago. That had to have been over 10 years ago. Is it to handle kind of the PR flap about Suri to go, look, here he is with his children. He is a loving father. Like I said, speculation on my part, but it had that vibe for me. And again, it's just a vibe. I'm not saying it's fact. You guys tell me what you think. Tell me in the live chat. And if you are watching this on replay, remember, no slacking, jump into the comments. I want to know what you think as well. And I'm so glad that many of you on the West Coast are making this live more often on account of the time difference. In Hawaii here, I'm 5 hours behind Central Time in Minnesota. And just about when I get used to it, it'll be time to go home. All right, we're going to talk more about Hawaii later, but right now we need to talk about what happened with Streets LA with William Gude. He was Film the Police is his other channel here on YouTube, and William Gude was out there doing just that at the UCLA protest, filming the police, right? There were other journalists there. watching what was happening, videoing what was happening. And then what did the LAPD do? They arrested the journalists. I couldn't believe it, but I saw it with my own eyes. Take a look.
Step down off the curb.
Why am I being detained? Why am I being detained? You're detaining journalists. You guys are detaining journalists. You detained somebody with a press badge on. Now I'm being detained. I see you guys come flying up the street, pulling up in here where the story is, and you're detaining the press. No, I have no weapon. No, actually, you can't check me for anything. I'm a member of the press, and you were going to sit there and all right, let me know. It's a real good look, guys. You're detaining press members of the press. You're detaining a legal observer right now. Multiple legal observers are being detained.
Everybody got some pocket time there. Thank you. My son just brought me the coffee I asked for 2 days ago. Thank you, Jay. Seriously, though. Okay, so we had some pocket time. William Gude is detained. Other people are being detained who should not be being detained. Oh, it was, like I said, I just couldn't believe what I was watching. Could not believe what I was watching. He does end up being let go. And then we have D.O.A, Defender of Ants, his stream, which actually, before he gets let go, D.O.A shows up and lets him know that he is there and he is there to support. This is fantastic. Check it out.
I got you, Streets. Streets is a hero. Everyone subscribe to Streets on YouTube. Streets LA. Yo, Streets. Jessica's over at the police station waiting for you to get booked. We'll be there for you. I hear him. Streets is over there. I just heard him.
Oh, I love that. This is one thing I love about the protesters and live streamers out there is the way that they come together to support each other. That was absolutely fantastic that D.O.A showed up there and was there and he heard him. And then he goes and he is released. And we have some video of that as well. I agree. Ash says D.O.A was and is a legend. Cue the pig noises. Oh, that's funny. Okay, let's go look at this video from when William Gude gets released from that ordeal. And what an ordeal it was.
Hell yeah. I was giving them shit because they... Okay.
I heard you in there when it was the whole time. I'm like, man, that's that. See, I've watched him.
Yeah, he was arrested. Yeah, now let your guys know about him.
I've got no problems.
Yeah, no, I didn't say you did.
Okay, yeah. They dropped the charges again.
They dropped the charges?
He said,
yeah.
How are you? Okay. Okay, I'm gonna take your name off the list. We're looking, or did you just talk to them?
no, I did drop the charges.
I just wanted to make sure you were found. So, did you already talk to them to take your name off the list? I can.
Yeah,
Just wanted to locate you and make
I
sure you were
appreciate
good.
it. Everybody's good. They're just,
Drop the charges.
Awesome. My arms turn blue. Yeah, no, they're going to be in this.
Good to see him out there. Great to have Scotty there. It was, what an ordeal too. Don makes a good point for the chat. One day, who it was Selfless Self, his chat gets kidnapped. Another day, Film the Police, that chat gets arrested. The chat, y'all have been through a lot. Y'all been through a lot. And that's why I'm always hoping we can come together. We can come together on the morning recaps, talk about it around the water cooler, have even more healing for anybody who might have been kidnapped there or arrested. That was something. I still have, there's part of the video I still need to see. I'm like dying to get back to finish it, even though I know how it ends. Squirrel SPTV, I don't know how many were arrested. If anybody knows, throw it up there in the live chat, or if you're catching it on the replay, throw it in the comments. The lore of D.O.A. We drama bonding chat. Okay. So let's go over to the blue buildings because, oh my gosh, so much has happened. So much has happened. I have to get all the hair out of my face because this is important. Did you guys see JDSA's video when he was on L. Ron Hubbard Way and he caught all the Sea Org members out there for a photo op? You guys got to see this. They were, you know what? They did not expect him. This must have been early. So here they are outside on L. Ron Hubbard Way, and it looks like they're taking some kind of photo. I don't know which organization it is. They went back in the parking lot towards the Continental Liaison Office and that Advanced Org of Los Angeles, but they could have just been shooing them in to keep them away from Jay, who was giving them the business, who was letting them know what was up. But this was fantastic. Now, watch too. There were a couple of them where they could just be people who are, you know, fun sized. But I'm like, are those teens? Let's take a look.
Scientology is a high control group. Call your families. Call your
See the guys. Okay, guys, like, yeah, protesters are here. He's probably going to start talking about Xenu. Let's all go to the back. Let's all go to the back. Nobody look behind you, no matter what he says. Do not make eye contact.
Families, they miss you. Think about.
See, like right here. Could just be a, you know, smaller person. Could also be young people.
The last time you heard your family's voice, folks. Scientology is an abusive, high control business, not a religion that abuses children by brainwashing them at a young age.
Wake up, everybody.
Wake up, it's time to leave. It's okay to leave.
Wakey, wakey.
It's okay to leave the Sea Org. It's okay to have those thoughts. Just think about how y'all had to run away in fear from the truth.
I loved having Jay there. Yep. Brian thinks too that it looked like teenagers. Hard to see. Hard to tell. Hunter Bay, yep, you thought that too. Kids under 18 for sure. Definitely caught my eye. Definitely caught my eye. Aloha to everybody just jumping in. If you're just joining us, we're getting into the recap. Make sure you hit that like button. All right, so let's take a look at this. Just like, tell me I wasn't the only one who teared up when she saw this. Oh my goodness. This is when JDSA helped Tori Magoo with some technology and also with an unboxing. I think it was Tori's first unboxing. This was so great.
My setup works on her setup.
Jay has been helping me a ton.
Yeah.
It's been really great.
It's been fun. It's been very
really
fun.
Been fun.
And I got to take a nap a little bit earlier today, which was awesome. Welcome in, everybody. Good afternoon, good morning, good evening, wherever y'all are tuning in from. Thanks for stopping in and checking out Tori's stream. And
Yeah.
Thank y'all, everybody, to whoever was so generous to go ahead and take a peek at her wish list. And
I know. I was really surprised. He told me that today. It was like, oh my God. Oh my God. Oh, perfect.
So this looks like.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah. So you got a little studio
It'll
light.
be light.
Yeah, so for when you're on your desktop, you'll have a better
Thank you.
lighting experience. And these little notes.
Now I can write a little note to the person.
Right, so like if you look
But
right
we're not
here.
going to say it here, right?
For my setup works on her setup.
So great. That's so wonderful. I just love that. I love that. I keep saying it. You guys keep saying it too. Tori Magoo is a treasure. She is a treasure. We need to take care of her. Definitely people are. Okay, so that was happening also. And then there was did you guys catch LARA FM? Did you guys catch her live? Tell me if you saw her live in the chat. I caught it on the replay and she was on fire. She was giving them the business. She was letting them know. She was sharing her story. The passion that LARA shares her story with is just so, I don't even know the word for it. You feel it. You really feel it. It's impactful. And I think that that impact was felt. So let's take a look. She was at this point, she was talking to the LAPD and letting them know, like, hey, this is why I do this. This is why I'm passionate about it. This is why we're here. This is why we don't have time to be messing around with this stuff.
I told you, I was a slave. As a child, I was molested. Listen to me. I was raped. I literally was child trafficked from Canada, just like 4,000 other children, okay? Born and raised in this cult. Listen, we don't have time when we're protesting and having a peaceful barbecue, giving food to the homeless. Literally, they don't like that. That's why they're calling you. They hate me. They hate us. Good.
Why are you getting mad at
Because
me?
I'm emotional. I'm giving you my reason and my feeling. Good. Then go. Then get out of here.
Love too how that the younger officer is, oh, why are you yelling at me? Letting you know this is passion. This is what the deal is. This is why this is done. Oh, I'm so glad that so many of you saw it as well. And yeah, you share the sentiment. Definitely. Definitely. At one point, Otto was out there removing posters that are up, even posters with Phil Jones' kids on them, which is probably why he was removing it, because he knows who Emily Jones is. Check it out.
Look at him smiling. Oh, look. Don't get in trouble for smiling, Otto. That's Theta. You were throw it in your shredding, which somebody will break into tomorrow. We also heard that there's a lady that came by collecting the recycling for 30 years, and you guys told her if she comes by again, you're going to get her arrested. Really not. Yeah, look at him smile.
Yep, just letting them know. And there was more. There was more. This is what I'm saying. LARA FM was just on fire. She was doing an amazing job.
Look at this. This is what you're doing. You're spending your billion-year contract cutting down evidence of ex-Sea Org members. Look, your brother's here. Chris, confident Chris.
We do this shit for the money, man, or what? Like,
oh no, for real. For real, dude. You're wasting your life. You're literally wasting your life.
That was kind of surprising because something's changing here. Because previously they were pretty much nowhere to be found. Scientology security, right? They would come out after dark in the wee hours of the morning and take down the posters and then go ahead and spray off the sidewalks. He's out there doing it while they're there. And there's another video where there's a few of them outside and LARA she's out there protesting. She's sharing his story. She's reminding them that they are in a controlling mind control cult. LARA, hey, we're just talking about you. Good to see you. So, but this is different. They were out there, which is a bit more confrontational. We're going to look at a clip now when Shawn Ingallina was out there. We've seen Shawn Ingallina he was in England. He was in Austin. He's been at these ideal organization openings. And it's a little different. So you guys tell me in the chat, tell me in the comments, or you notice a little bit of a change in behavior in the last 24 to 48 hours. I leave them alone for 24 hours, right? While I was, doing my dad's paddle out and all that, and all hell breaks loose. But this is different. It's different. So I don't know if they're trying to bait the protesters more into something, if they think they're documenting something that they can use against them, but they don't do these things for no reason. Now, their plans often are ineffective and don't make sense, but they usually do have one, the Sea Org, that is. So it is a big change, right? Are you gelling? Yeah. Something. It'll be interesting to see if they do it again. If they do, then it's definitely they're changing tactics. I agree. I love all your comments about LARA. I agree with you guys. Now, let's take a look at this one because backstory for those that might not know, Shawn Ingallina, who's here in the Sea Organization, when I was in the Sea Organization and pregnant with my daughter, Shelby, his mother was pregnant with him. She was the person I was replacing because she was pregnant and she refused to terminate her pregnancy. Her and her husband refused, and they had the baby and they were punished and sent to a smaller organization just like I was. You know what though? Did they actually... I can't read. They might have routed out then. I know they routed out later, but they remained Scientologists. And I used to change Shawn Ingallina's diapers because he was in the same daycare where we actually also lived as my daughter. Just it just blows my mind. It breaks my heart to see that this is what he's doing right now. When I knew his parents, it's like they didn't raise him like this. Now they could have changed as well, but they were pretty lovely people, at least for as much as I knew them at the time. So I feel like that if Shawn decided to leave the Sea Org, that his parents would leave Scientology. They're a close-knit family. I just don't. And I just feel like they know what's going on. And with a lot of parents, when they have a child in the Sea organization, they maintain their good standing with Scientology so they can maintain the connection to that person. So that's the backstory on Shawn. And it was brought up to him in Chicago that somebody had said that I had changed his diapers and he took off. I don't know if it's because that reminds him of his parents and another life or what, but apparently, like someone just said in the comments, my name is Kryptonite for him. And I would be the first one to welcome him with open arms and find a way to help him leave the Sea Org and Scientology if he needed it. Check this out. This is Shawn Ingallina outside Big Blue on LARA FM stream.
Help your wife. You could have babies out here. You can have a great job. And if you still believe in Scientology, you can even help more people out here with Scientology than you are doing here.
Natalie used to babysit you.
Yep, Natalie Webster. She used to babysit you. Oh, why leave now? She used to babysit you, and she literally said she would love to see you again. She would love to talk to you. Oh, I just saw your phone. That's out security. You should know better.
You called the cops on Danny in Chicago, huh, Shawn? Huh?
Uh-huh.
Shawn, man.
Mm-hmm.
Shawn.
I think actually the Chicago cops are looking for you. I think Danny went all the way back to make sure that your information was on the record.
Shawn.
So we can help your wife. You could have babies out here. You can have a great job. And if you still believe in Scientology, you can even help more people.
How about that? How odd is that? Yeah, his TRs definitely went out. They definitely went out. And I would agree. I think that's kind of like maybe touching on his humanity a bit. I mean, I don't know exactly what's going through his head. I actually would love, I feel like I'm a little too close to it almost. Tell me what you guys think. Why? Why is this the second time that my name gets mentioned and this guy will walk off? It happened in Chicago. It happened in Los Angeles. It's not because, remember, I was nobody in the Sea Org. I joined the Sea Org and I worked in the dining room. And then for a hot minute, I was at the Continental Liaison Office working in Treasury, doing my Dunder Mifflin job. And then I was in Seattle there for a while. And then I left the Sea Org, but remained a Scientologist for many years, a public Scientologist. I don't get it. So I feel like it has to have something to do with, because that reminds him of his parents and another time in his life. Like, they're a close family. He has, I believe, 2 other siblings. I think there's 3 of them. I want to say it's even 2 girls and a boy. Him and I, the same. I had 2 girls and a boy. His mother and I, our children are almost the same ages too. So we kind of walked a parallel path in ways, but I left Scientology and they stayed in. But like I said, I got a feeling his parents would leave if he did. I'm just catching up on your comments here. Yeah, it just, Michelle, I think so. It touches somewhere deep. Yeah. And it could be he respected you and you left Scientology. I don't know how much he knew about me then, because I was in Minneapolis at the time. I just think it's really interesting. So I guess if Shawn Ingallina is around and you want him to leave, just say, Natalie Webster, change your diapers. And despite what his job is and what he's been doing, like I said, I would be the first person to help him. And you know what? He wouldn't even need my help because his family would be there. I don't see his parents being the type who would disconnect from their child. Not unless they have another child in the Sea Org. I'm not sure if they do. But something to keep an eye on. And another kind of like, why was he out there to begin with? Right? This is what I'm saying. Like, this is a bit of a changing behavior by Scientology and security for them to be out there. I'm just curious as to what you guys think. Lara, if you're in the chat still too, I'm just wondering like what you think about this kind of change with security having more of a presence there. Hey, JDSA. Yeah, Jay, you as well. If you see, there's just more of a presence there. And I don't know if because there's more people there or what the deal is, but we're going to keep an eye on that. Now, did you guys catch the craziness with the guy who was identified as having attacked Confident Chris? Confident Chris heard his voice. That's the guy. That's the guy who attacked me. Well, you know what? Let's watch the first video and then we will talk about it, because this was crazy what went on and how this guy just stayed like, you know, like nothing was happening. We're going to look at Danny's impact. This is Danny's stream. This is outside Big Blue. And let's take a look at what was happening here.
And then he's been exposing a knife as well. And he went to the back. We've been trying to call you guys for the past 4 hours. We called so many times and you guys don't come. He was exposing jerking off to a minor. Oh, yeah, we have film of that. We have film of that. I have the number. Can you call?
And what is Dude doing? Sweeping up the leaves here? I was wondering about that too. I'm like, what's happening here? What is happening? Danny, good to see you there. We're just looking at your stream here, putting the pieces together, seeing what happened. And basically it was a big nothing on the LAPD's part, which is weird because let me see, because you guys know I've been busy. So I haven't watched everything, as much content as I normally do. So I'm piecing it together. This guy gets identified as having attacked Confident Chris. He takes a giant poop in the bushes right off the street. He brandishes a weapon. What else did he do? He was self-pleasuring around people and a minor is what Danny said. He has what has to be stolen property. Dude opens up a MacBook and he just gets let go. Did I miss something? Or is that really how it went down? You guys got to tell me. Danny said cop has his eyebrows on fleek. All right, so let's take a look at this next one here, because it puts together a little bit more of the puzzle. But I'm like, everything I looked at tells me it's pretty much what I thought it was, but I still keep thinking I'm missing something. Could he really have just been let go?
Yeah, the determination was that there wasn't sufficient evidence to...
Even though we have videos of it?
I guess the video that they observed, I didn't know.
Would you like to see it?
I'll take a look at it. But apparently it doesn't...
Can I get a portable charger? I think I left it in... And well, we've been calling for the past couple hours and none of you guys showed up.
I apologize. We had a pursuit where all of our personnel were in out of the city since about like 6 o'clock.
So that is what happened. I kept thinking, no, I got to be missing something. I must have missed something on this stream. Oh my goodness. So let's take a little look at the clip of where this guy does get detained and let go, because, you know, that makes sense.
No, they always double check. What do you mean they always double check? He already, hold on, they always say.
And with the other video,
Hey.
they dropped it down.
Chris said he wants a rematch. Chris, right there, right now, do it. You beat him up right now? Chris, he wants a rematch right now. Do it right now, Chris. It's your chance. Take your chance.
Like it though.
Oh,
They let the guy go. They let him go right there. And you know what? Props to Chris for being there, for identifying his voice, for facing his attacker. That could not have been easy. I would have been incredibly nervous about it. I give him a lot of props for doing that and for being there. Yeah, isn't it? It is ridiculous. It's like, what is going on here? Is this really happening? Nisa, what was the police thing when they let this guy go? He was obviously a danger to the public. I don't know. I don't know. But if you get a scooter rammed into you, as happened to Danny, you get arrested and put in jail for days. But this guy who there's some reports that he has an outstanding warrant, that he brandished a weapon, that he was identified after severely assaulting somebody who needed stitches. But let's let him go. Let's let him go. And here's the other weird thing. Scientology is letting him just hang there, right? And we know it's like there's a big reason why you haven't seen a lot of people without homes being around there, because I don't know what they do to take care of it, but they do. So him being there is kind of strange, but Jay kept an eye on him. JDSA, did you guys catch that? I'm loving these security streams, Jay. I love that you are doing this. That's right. The dude broke Chris's tooth. That is right. It was a bad assault. It was bad. It was really bad. Okay, so let's look at this. So Jay's been doing these security night watch streams, and he was keeping an eye on this guy. And I think doing his best to be a thorn in his side there. I love that danger's written, pointed right at the guy. You got to let people know. You got to let people know. You got to let people know that there is danger, that it is dangerous, that this guy is there. Let's take a look at a conversation that Jay had with this guy during his security night watch there. Let's make this larger.
Did Scientology tell you why they wanted you to assault Chris? For a Big Mac at McDonald's? Nice. Was it worth it?
Did you hear that? Says he did it for a Big Mac at McDonald's. Jay clearly asked him, right? Mentioned Scientology, the incident, and the guy says he did it for a Big Mac at McDonald's. That is hilarious and so wrong all at the same time. Like what? And yeah, that was Baby Shark. I think that was part of Jay's torture. He played Jay. I got to give you credit because you had to listen to all that music too. So props to you. Shout out to Jay. Because that was like some nasty music that you had to sit through there. But it just blows my mind. Hey, Selfless Self. Good to see you there. Selfless says, Danny, thanks for having my back out there and chasing down that guy who pulled a knife on me. You freaking rock, man. Yeah. Having each other's back. Yep, I agree, Christy. Chris and Danny seem like really sweet and caring young men. Hugs to both of them. Yep, Jay you were having a blast. I'm so glad you were. I just like it's torturous to listen to that stuff. So I'm really impressed that you did that. So yeah, that was Jay's evening entertainment. Jay played all the bad songs. Wow. Oh my goodness. So then I'm watching along here. I was watching Jay's stream and I'm like, is that a MacBook? Like, is this guy like setting up office? He even has like a holder for his phone. What is happening here? I felt like I was in the upside down world. What is happening? Let's see. I have this muted. There might've been some F-bombs, but you can see the visual. He's got his computer set up. It looks like this guy is going to work. Like he thinks this is some type of co-working space out there. What I did not see is the video of how he got all of this stuff there. And I am a little curious. Can someone tell me in the chat, how did he get all of his things? He has so much stuff there set up. And then he sits down and gets to work with a phone holder and a MacBook. Then he brings out a microphone. Well, what is happening? But the mic, I don't think it was connected to anything. I don't think there was a speaker. I mean, obviously the gentleman at least is appearing as if he has some struggles with mental health, possibly addiction. But yeah, Like, I'm almost speechless. Like, how is that happening? It was in a wagon? Okay. Casper's saying he dragged it. CMBR, big red wagon. Okay. Lisa, he's a digital warrior working remotely? No shopping cart, U-Haul? So sounds like he did drag it all over there. Okay. Yeah. Okay, so Stephanie saying the Scientology security put him on that spot on purpose. Isn't it interesting too that he's at the spot where they've kind of been, where the protesters have been doing barbecues and whatnot? They kind of moved around a bit, but they were there. Doesn't it seem right? Like, I mean, the guy just happens to show up and happens to stick around and happens to be the guy who sounds like and could be the guy who assaulted Chris, Confident Chris. Yeah. Pink Lady says, seemed like a perfectly sane paid actor. It's just weird. It's so weird. It's bizarre. Okay, we're going to look at, let's see. We're going to go over to Wendy City. Let's go over to Chicago. Let's go to Chicago and take a look at something in Chicago where Wendy City Thetan had a conversation with a Scientology staff member that I was so surprised that she said what she did. I really did. And it kind of what goes to, again, what we worry about when it comes to elder abuse in Scientology, especially with the staff members and Sea Org members. Hey, Lou Repetto, did I see you in there too? Shout out to you. Let's take a look at this. Windy City Thetan in Chicago.
And I don't like putting any stress on her. I have no understanding as to why she's not in her retirement joyful time. Now, maybe she does come here and write in the letters. That's awesome, but it's tough. So.
Here comes.
How are you today? It works that way. Yep. Ouch. Yeah, I hear you. Do you can you take pain medication for it, or can you do therapy for it? Can you do Can you do pain medication for the back, or can you do therapy for the back?
Never. I don't.
Okay. But even like therapy maybe, or stretching, like chiropractic or something like that.
Sometimes that helps.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, the one chiropractor that did help, he's out of practice.
My grandparents had the same thing, that their doctors kept on resigning and retiring as they were aging.
Yeah,
so.
That's
Right. So. All right. You have a lovely day.
Thank you.
Heat sometimes helps too. Heat.
Rest sometimes.
Yeah.
And posture.
Yep. Definitely. Oh, thank you. I need to do that better too.
Just enough to deter me.
Yeah.
So you don't get too proud about it.
Understood.
So I don't have to worry about that.
That's interesting what she said. Did I hear right? You guys tell me in the chat if I heard this right. Was she saying that it's just enough to deter her from being too proud? Like the pain and that physical burden that she's carrying is enough to make sure she's not too proud. Keep her in check. Did you guys hear that? That's kind of like how I heard it. One, I'm glad that she's speaking to him, right? And feels comfortable doing so. Secondly, that it just blows my mind that she would bring that up to him, that she has back pain, that she's suffering. I mean, how many of us want to now just like go say, hey, we got you signed up for some physical therapy or some chiropractic, as Windy City said. I thought that was so cute. I just, again, I am almost speechless here because this is a woman who needs help. And it even sounds like she's asking for it. And I just hope that maybe there's a way, if you see her again, Wendy, maybe give her the number for the SPTV Foundation. Maybe if she knows she can actually get help leaving, because I just blows my mind. If she's been in Scientology for any length of time, they would know better, right? You are indoctrinated to not say certain things. You need to pretend that everything is great all of the time, right? You definitely are not going to be telling protesters about your business. and about how you have all this back pain and you can't even take some Advil for it. And, you know, like, that's the thing, you can. Yeah, definitely neuropsych saying, definitely elder abuse. Lily, yes, constant pain like that is hard to cope with. Yep. Lauren, comfy bed in retirement. That is what she needs. Wow. Hey, the SP chef, by the way, I've been loving your cooking videos. If I've missed any, email me or I'll go check it out too. I've been not be able to watch as much content here in Hawaii, but I love them. I remember the old Sea Org members at Walsh Manor, birthing for Sea Org St. Hill, just being in pain and only wasting away and wanting to drop the body. So sad. Oh, so drop the body is what Scientologists say. They're going to drop their body like it was some kind of dirty dish rag. And that is sometimes gosh, it just breaks my heart. It just does. Exiled New Yorker is saying, I have degenerative disc disease. It's agony. I scream involuntarily sometimes. She needs help. She does. Physical therapy, medications. I don't know what the solution is for it, but she definitely needs that. So I'm glad that that conversation was caught. And we got to keep putting, they got to take care of their own people. Let's buy this multi-million-dollar building. Let's spend millions of dollars renovating it. While it sits empty, and we sometimes use it as a venue for other legit organizations and nonprofits. But let's not take care of our staff. Let's not do that. Let's not make sure they have proper medical care. The people doing the work for Scientology, dedicating their lives, especially the Sea Org members 24/7. The money's there. We know they have the money. This is one of the sick things about Scientology, David Miscavige, everybody who surrounds him in the Sea organization. You have the money. This isn't a situation where you're lacking funds to take care of these people. You have them. You spend millions and millions and millions, tens of millions of dollars a year on private investigators, right? What was it they paid that one private investigator that followed Pat Broker? This is in the Wayback Machine trivia question. Wasn't it like $30,000 a month for 20 years? Something like that? Help this woman, provide medical care for the people who need it. How great would it have been, at least for her, if she said, you know what though, but I'm getting physical therapy. Yes, I do take, not that she's got to share about her medication. I'm just saying she was pretty open about it, pretty darn open about what was happening. And that needs to change. We know if this is elder abuse Scientology, Osa, wake up. I know you're half asleep there because you're sleep deprived and I feel for you. And if you want to leave, remember, hit a girl up. We will help you. But you got to do something about this. You can't just keep letting it go. Your Sea Org members are aging out and we're going to see it because no one's going anywhere. It's just going to grow. They're going to continue showing up with video cameras and catching this on camera. And the whole world is looking at you right now, wondering what the heck is wrong with you. You have the money. You have the money. Go sell one of these empty buildings. Oh, it just makes me so mad. Let's go over to St. Louis. Let's go look at Louis Repetto's stream, St. Louis Audit. He was out there with Susie Never In. Susie Never In. They were doing something out there, protesting together. And this is great. Just love when people come together. Check it out.
And if you'd have told me I'd ever be protesting Scientology, I would have said, you're crazy. I would want to, but you're crazy. Because it was always such a scary thing. Stop Scientology! We would go out to California occasionally and we'd drive by Big Blue and all their little security guards would be riding on the bike and we would stick our hand out real quick, flip them off and leave and like be afraid we were going to get pulled over by the cops. Because we all know, even back then, LA was on the payroll, LAPD. The times have changed.
She said it right there. Times have changed. And boy, have they. Because like we were just saying, all of this is being captured on video and hundreds of thousands, if not millions of people are watching it and becoming more aware of this, of the elder abuse, of the abuse of children, of all of it. It's just all out there. All out there. But thank you, Lou, for being out there with your people. I love seeing your guys' videos. Now we're going to look a little bit at my own protest here in Hawaii, where I went with my daughter and my sister the other day. We went and we actually went in front of where Scientology used to be in Hawaii, where when my sister and I were kids, where we would run into Mark David Chapman prior to him murdering John Lennon. And so I show you where that was in relation to Scientology. And then we went over to where Scientology is located now. And we saw Wilbur, who I highlighted in a video last week. Maybe it was this week. And he has been in Scientology for, I believe, over 50 years. And he is still there. And he came out. He knows exactly who I am and who my sister is. He stopped my sister from attending our stepdad's funeral just within the last 2 years. So he knows. And if there was any doubt, my sister just so happened to be wearing the memorial t-shirt for my dad that family members and different people were ordering and wore to the paddle out. So he totally knows. So check this out. We're going to take a little look at, this is when the police came, because he totally called the police on us. I think that was like his go-to. He had said, what did he say? First, he was telling us how you can't be here. This is private property. I'm like, no, this is public. Where you are is private, but you don't own the building. And then we stayed there. And so then he calls the police. Took them a little while to come, but they did. And it was a big nothing burger. In fact, they even gave me a great recommendation for some manapua that I was really craving. But let's take a look here at what happened. You see Wilbur there with the very lovely officer who is super friendly and helpful. Take a look.
People just live stream in front. And, you know, of course they don't like it, but.
And I'm speaking to the other officer who showed up as well.
When people have a First Amendment right to do it on a public. Hey, do you know a good restaurant in Chinatown?
We just go onto the sidewalk because this is private property.
Oh, okay.
So just the sidewalk.
Okay, we'll be right there.
All good?
We got Zoom, Wilbur. It's okay.
See, there's Wilbur there. Thinking he's getting rid of us, but he didn't.
Hey, do you guys know, would you recommend a restaurant in Chinatown? I am craving two things. Good manapua and malasadas.
Bakery.
Okay,
On
which one?
Mauna Kea, just past the substation on the left.
Substation on the left? Okay, good. Do you know if they have manapua and malasadas? Oh, yes, good. Thank you. All right, Wilbur, we're on the sidewalk because we're going to be cooperative because we got Aloha Spirit. I'm like the call. Yeah, very much.
So that was my sister and my daughter who were also there. And while I was getting restaurant recommendations for lunch, my sister and my daughter were letting the other officer know about the 3 generations of our family in Scientology, how we escaped, and that we were there for my dad's, all of his services and paddle out and all that. So fail, Wilbur, fail. So then I thought, you know what? I was just going to kind of live stream in front, but I had to go on the sidewalk. So I'm like, well, I guess now I'm going to have to let them know. The thing in Hawaii, we have the Aloha Spirit, right? Help other people, be kind, right? That whole thing. It's a vibe. It's part of what makes Hawaii so magical. And Scientology in Hawaii doing what they do for me is like extra, because you're doing it in a community that does not support that. Not that people support it in other areas. They don't. It just feels extra nasty. Let me put it that way. So I thought, you know what? I better let them know that this is just not Aloha.
Staff and public in there. Children auditing adults is not Aloha. Overworking your staff is not Aloha. Child trafficking is not Aloha. Calling the police on us definitely was not Aloha. It's like 2 staff and 2 public in there.
Yeah. I just thought, wow, he was so quick to call the police. So I don't know if they knew that we were coming. I mean, I've been talking about it for days on the live stream. So, oh, and then you guys, so we go because we were going to go find the bakery that the officer suggested. When, by the way, it was amazing. She was correct. While we were in Chinatown, she was driving by and she stops and she goes, "Hey, did you find the bakery? How was it?" And we're like, "Yeah, we found it. It was awesome. Mahalo." It was just, the officers were aloha, not Wilbur. So then, I was going to tell you something else that happened. So then we're walking down the street. We go into one of the stores. We found this really awesome store. And we're talking to the people in there, and I get to chatting with one of the young ladies, and I'm like, "Yeah, we actually were here protesting Scientology. They're right down the street." And she's like, "Yeah." She's like, "It's always empty. Nobody goes there." And I said, "Well, they called the police on us because they said that that was private property. But even though we knew, like, I could have pushed it and stayed there because I want to be aloha with the officers too here. We just went on the sidewalk." And she tells me, she goes, "Oh no, that's owned by the county." The property there. So, but she agreed, and she said, like, they hardly see anybody coming and going from there, and that when they do, that it's just kind of sad because it's a lot of elderly people. And we've talked about this, we've had this conversation. Scientology is struggling to recruit new members, even second generation Scientologists, because the new seconds and third generation are growing up with the internet and social media and all kinds of clips and shorts, and all of that are popping up into their feed, letting them know about Scientology, and they're going to look. They're not going to be afraid to look. Shayrock Shishi, Royal Kitchen Char Siu Baked Manapua, the best. Nice. Hey, we're still figuring out how we can get out to the food trucks that you told me about. We just finished up with pretty much all the scheduled activities for my dad's services. And oh, my Tony. Hey, babe. Good to see you here. I shot him a message earlier, let him know I was going live and to jump in if he could. That's fantastic. Yeah, Jeanette, no, he wasn't happy with me chatting with the police. What he was counting on is that I would just be at odds with the police, right? And no, because we were there to just share a message. That's just how we roll. So of course, and the police, they didn't have any, they were perfectly friendly. She asked, you'll notice, she didn't say you have to. She said, would you, could you? And so we were like, yeah, whatever. I thought that, I'll be honest with you, what was going through my head, because I knew in that moment, I could go, no, this is actually public. We can stand right here. But then I thought quickly, you know what? You know what will really piss Scientology off? Me getting along with the police like we did in Clearwater when they took a picture with us. That would be like, I thought that would be more hilarious. So that's what we went with. Oh, babe, everybody's saying hi to you. That's right, Lisa. Oh, my Tony. Okay, so let's see. Now, we did that. We wrapped up the protest. Yesterday, we did my dad's paddle out. Oh, they're starting. Can you guys hear the lawn services? We're going to wrap it up soon. But anyways, we did my dad's paddle out at Waimea Bay, and it was so awesome. I posted a couple of photos. I'm going to share a few more. We'll get a video eventually because there was a drone that was deployed. We are so thankful to everybody in the community here, and especially the community of lifeguards who came out. And we were going to kind of just thinking we would do a simple thing, but as word spread about my dad's passing, so many of the lifeguards that he worked with showed up and helped put together family and extended family who came from other islands came together and helped make a beautiful, beautiful paddle out there. My siblings and I were in a canoe, thankfully, because I could not have paddled out. I would have had to have been dragged out. That's how that would have gone. We were in a canoe. Everybody, we anchored the canoe and they circled around in the boards, and we gave my dad a beautiful send off. And it was absolutely beautiful. And when I do have access to that video, I'll share it with you guys. We also went to the Outrigger Hotel, to Duke's, to what's called Duke's on Sunday, which is Henry Capono. He's our favorite recording artist. I have a video of that too. It's something that we would always do with my dad when he was here, or we would be here and we'd bring him over from the Big Island. We would go to Duke's to watch Henry, and sailing was his favorite. Oh, I'm gonna almost cry. We got him to play one of his favorite songs. Sailing was a song that we always sang all the time with my dad, so it was super special. That video's up. We do a bit of the ugly cry, but it was just beautiful to have the family there. Would have only been perfect if Tony was there. Definitely there was a hole, and we missed you, babe. We missed you so much, and I can't wait to get home. So it's been amazing. There's been a lot. It's been super busy. I'm going to play a little bit of catch up. I got a lot of work to do today and see what the family's doing, do some more stuff. If we get out and about, I'll jump in and maybe do another live as well. Aw, Danette, were you there too? Good. Oh, Shay, yes, right? That song. I know. And he played it at the end. Of course, and I'm sure that's the way, right? You always love the old stuff, the older music. But yeah, it was great. If you got a chance, go check it out. I'll try and make some shorts of it as well. Yeah, and the sunglasses. A lot of people in our family were wearing some of our grandma's sunglasses from her collection. She was in the 2017 Guinness Book of World Records for having the largest collection of novelty sunglasses, and that was my grandma, my dad's mom. All right, good. Let's see. I want to make sure I grabbed everything. Everybody, make sure you hit that like button before you get out of here, and please check your subscribe and hit that as well. Set the notification bell, because I'm hopefully going to jump on live a little bit later, share more of Hawaii with you guys. Thank you, Nancy. Yeah, the sunglasses were awesome, weren't they? Yep, the water is beautiful, especially there at Waimea Bay where we were. It's absolutely amazing. All right, everybody. Thank you so much for being here today. We'll see how it goes. I might jump back on. And I don't even know what the day is. I think it's Tuesday. I will see you tomorrow. I don't know the exact time, because in Hawaii, we're 5 hours behind. And I'm trying to make sure I get enough sleep. Though last night was crazy. I kept waking up. But the light in my room came on in the middle of the night on the ceiling fan. And I was like, what is that? So anyways, but thank you for all your well wishes. Love you guys. Most importantly, make sure you guys all get out today and have the most amazing cult-free day.